Hello, this is wmpyr, here to talk about cross-training. Now, I've talked about cross-training in the past many times, so this time around, I want to talk about new things about cross-training. Okay, first things first, Bruce Lee made this quote, very famous quote, where he says that martial arts is a daily decrease, right? That is stated somewhere in the Tao of Jeet Kune Do, and probably my quote isn't 100% accurate, but it's something along those lines. Now, if you cross train, right, that means you're training in other styles. If you're training in multiple styles, then you're learning more stuff, right? If you train in two different styles, then it's double the material. If you train in three different styles, it's triple the material, right? You guys get what I'm saying. Then Bruce Lee is a guy that came out and he was cross training. I mean, he was big into that. He was researching a lot into different martial arts. This is proven that he had a massive library of martial arts books, and there's a lot of people that said maybe they're just trying to cash in on his fame after he passed away. But there's a lot of people that said, yeah, he came to my school and he learned from my style or whatever. There's lots of people that say that they have cross-trained with Bruce Lee. So those are all evidence that he was big into cross-training. Um, but once again, that first quote where he says martial arts is a daily decrease. And recently I talked to you guys and I said that you want to not go external but go internal. External means like new techniques, new forms, new exercises, is adding more stuff from the outside, new things. And I think people fall into that. And some schools take advantage of students and they go, oh, we have this new form. This is an ancient form. This form is only for black belts. If you want to learn this form, you come to this special seminar. You are specially invited to be able to attend to this seminar. It's only going to cost you this much. You know, this all this kind of nonsense. But those are all external. If you go internal, then it's not about adding more techniques. Now we're talking about refining what you have. But if you're cross training, what's up with that, right? Because you're going into all these different styles. How are you supposed to decrease that? And I think that sounds like a contradiction, but that is the key right there. That's very, very important to do. And in my case, I was a big chess variant fan. There's definitely, I think you guys see on my Vampire channel that I'm a nerdy guy. I like comic books, anime, manga, movies, video games, all that kind of stuff. I'm a very, very nerdy guy. Because I was born very sick, I if it wasn't for martial arts, I would be a total nerd, otaku or whatever you want to call it. I would be um, someone like that. I was a Lego maniac, since day one kind of thing. Anyways, yeah, that being said, right, kind of lost my train of thought there, but um, when you are cross training and you are going into all this different styles that you are studying. So let's say you're studying kicking, so taekwondo. Let's say you want to study punching, so you're studying boxing, and then you want to study some wrestling. All these are all different styles, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff, and you get to the point where you're learning new things, and you have all this ton of material, But if you don't put it together into a strategy, it's kind of useless in a sense. It's just you have all this stuff, but it's not organized. It's not ready to go. It kind of like I could. It's easy for me to understand that right now because in the process of moving, I have a whole bunch of boxes, a whole bunch of things. I have a lot of stuff, but none of it's ready to go. Everything's like, put away, and it's not practical. Martial arts would be the exact same thing. And let me go back to what I was saying about the chess variants. Chess variants is we're talking about the game of chess, and there's many different versions of the game that people have thought out. So they tweaked things, changed the rules, made new pieces. That's all called chess variants. And I super got into that, and I was making my own chess variants, and I wanted to make the ultimate best chess variant ever made. And I was on this fool's quest. And as I was doing that, it was kind of a correlation with martial arts, because in the martial arts world, I was kind of doing the same thing. I wanted to put together this Frankenstein's monster, this perfect martial arts style, and I was training in all these different martial arts styles. So kind of doing the same thing with the chess, same thing with martial arts. And with the chess came first, I ended up having this system because I noticed that at one point I really liked maybe like a sci-fi theme, and then there was another part of me that really kind of liked the medieval fantasy, Lord of the Rings type of theme, and then maybe another time I liked pirate stuff, and then I was like, oh man, dinosaurs, pirates, it's all going to be just mixed up, and you just got this crazy thing that doesn't make sense. What do I do? I can't decide. And then came the system where it's like create the system and then you can throw any style on it you want. You can change the styles like Lego, modular, but the core mechanics, the core idea of it, the foundation stay the same, the DNA. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing with martial arts. So I created this blueprint. And the same idea for cross training, I believe. If you focus on the blueprint, then it doesn't matter if you train in 100 different styles. And there's no way that you could train in 100 different styles really well, but you could just train in portions of a style. And that's what happened to me. Because to really become good in one style, I mean, this can take decades. But if you only train a portion, so let's say in Taekwondo, I just want to train in aerial kicks or maybe the spinning footwork type kicks. Maybe that's all I want to focus on. That's a very specific area of Taekwondo. And by doing so, I put it back to my blueprint. And the blueprint is the organizer, the core. And no matter what style I'm cross training in, it'll fit somewhere in that blueprint. And then it's ready to go because it's organized. It's not like my room here with a bunch of cardboard boxes and stuff still filled in. And I don't know where, what is because I had to move out so fast and some of the stuff I just jumbled together. It's a big mess. But if you have this blueprint, then it is organized, it is ready to go, it's practical, and that is so important to have that. My understanding is if you look at a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a practitioner, what's the difference between a white belt and the blue belt? And to me, the main difference is the blue belt has the DNA. He or she has that organized. In other words, organized means strategy. There is a strategy made, ready to go. And that's the difference. That's it for now. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.